What's going on, guys? OneEyedBandit back again with yet another video talking about more Dragon Ball FighterZ. And you know what today is? It's you know what time it is actually? It's time for yet another tier list by yours truly. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game that just thrives on this type of stuff. People love to make tier lists, and quite honestly, it gets a lot of views because people love it so much. So, I mean, it's time, but it's not a regular tier list. Today I'm just putting together the top DLC characters, and all I'm going to do is have S, A, and B. So C and D tier won't exist because at this point in season 3, every single character is usable. Like, everybody's usable, everybody's pretty good, everybody's decent with the right assist around them, and because there are so many different assists, everybody's like pretty good. And it's crazy to think that there are 15 DLC characters that we have now, with a little bit more to come. And so it's only right that we include Ui Goku into this conversation now, because he is a DLC character as well. I did put together a DLC tier list not too long ago. Like, it was a pretty long while ago. It was back when GT Goku was running things. And so basically I want to explain that this tier list is going to be ordered by my opinion, of course, and on top of that, it's going to be based off of how good the characters are now. Because if we were to rank this tier list with the characters that like came out as DLC and were just, you know, they like, if we were to rank this DLC list, we already know who would be at the top, simply because of what they did when they very first came out. So for me, obviously GT Goku would be at the top, because he was, the minute he came out, he was a menace. So yeah, we're basically going to do it like that. But as of right now, let's just get started with it. I have personally Ui Goku at the top, at an S rank. He's godlike. Like, honestly, this character is stupid. I know a lot of people have trouble fighting this character. Honestly though, if you just sit and learn him, he's not too bad. But because he so far has so much notoriety, just like GT Goku kind of did, it's not as bad as GT Goku, but because so many people talk about him, he is definitely most likely going to receive some nerfs, sadly. But when the time comes, I will be there to cover it. So Ui Goku right now, he just has so many amazing tools that it's just not fair against anybody else. But he's not the only S tier, because, you know, he's great. Honestly, he just truly is just great. So along with Ui Goku, who would I put next to him as a DLC character who is great? In all honesty, there are top 3 characters for me. You know, top 3 S tier characters in this DLC list for me is honestly going to be Ui Goku and then Broly. And it's crazy that DBZ Broly is in this talk, because you almost forget that he's a DLC character, right? Like, this guy came out as one of the very first DLCs. He came along with Bardock back when they decided they wanted to drop 2 characters at a time. And then Broly was okay, and then gradually, mainly through last year, the last season, he started to rise up in the ranks, because, you know, he ended up becoming the best zoner in the game. You had a big body grappler character that was a really good zoner. Obviously, he can put up his shield and just be perfectly fine, and you couldn't zone him back. His ki blast go through other people's ki blast. This character is disgusting, especially now within season 3. He's only gotten better, and he is in S tier, period. Out of all of the characters, he's in S tier, and I think he's fantastic now, and I hate fighting against him. He is definitely my kryptonite, so it's ironic that he's green. After DBZ Broly, obviously we got to put my boy Bardock in there. Bardock has been top tier since he's come out. Like, honestly, this character he used to be the original GT Goku. Like, back in the day, this character, honestly, he had the best level 3 Oki in the game, and you just legit had to guess 50-50 mix. He has still the best neutral, maybe I don't know. I don't know if I can call it the best neutral, but you know, he has some of the greatest buttons, and his stagger pressure is amazing. It's just, you know, and especially his lariat. I think even though his lariat got nerfed during season 3, they like basically made him still top tier by giving him this ridiculous B assist that is basically a C assist. Like, it has the highest hit stun ever. It literally kind of tracks. Obviously it tracks on the ground, but it tracks. It's just godlike, honestly. Like, this move is his new B assist is crazy, and he is still top tier. He just is, and there's not much you can do about it. Somebody over at ArcSys really loves this character, and I want to say, oh, no. I lied. I forgot this man was a DLC character as well. You could kind of say it goes back and forth with these two characters as being DLC, because Base Vegeta, he's a menace for me as well. I can't stand this character mainly because of his EX rocket kick. He is essentially a Blue Goku. Blue Goku and Base Vegeta are kind of the same character, but for whatever reason, Base Vegeta kind of edges Blue Goku out. Base Vegeta has, you know, crazy loops for basically anywhere on the screen if he has the right assist, of course. He has insane damage. His OTG on the ground grab or off the ground grab is amazing for getting extra damage that he doesn't already need. He has great mix-up potential with characters like Kid Buu, with highest stun assist, and basically every character on the cast has high stun assist now. This guy is just ridiculous, and he has amazing neutral. Very hard to punish this guy off of a lot of stuff. So Base Vegeta definitely in that S tier. I can't believe I almost left him out. I just totally almost forgot about him. But yeah, I think that definitely concludes the toppest of top tiers for S tier. So if we decide to move on to A tier, this is how I would order it. I believe I have Kefla. It's I think it's tied between GT and Kefla in the highest of A tiers, because GT, obviously he was crazy, like really good in season 2. He ran the game. If you didn't have him on your team, he was like, you failed as a player basically. And now he got a couple of nerfs obviously after season 3, but he's still really good, and people kind of just dropped him out of nowhere, mainly because, you know, that level 3 Oki is gone. But the cool thing about, you know, that happening is we got so much more character variety. Even somebody like Goichi cannot decide who he wants to play. This man has gone from saying he's going to play Kefla, Bardock, and GT Goku, I think, to Kefla, Kefla, Bardock, and Frieza, to GT Goku, Bardock, and Super Saiyan Goku again. He was going to play Bardock, Ui Goku, and Trunks. Now he's playing freaking Ginyu, Bardock, and Kid Buu. Like, this guy doesn't know who to play because everybody on the cast is pretty decent now. And so with GT Goku just, you know, losing certain things, it, you know, lowered him in the ranks, but he's still really good. And Kefla, she came out, and obviously a lot of people loved her. She was great. Fell to the wayside kind of when Ui Goku came out, but she retains a lot of good stuff. She has obviously a really fast low hitting move. She basically has 3 lows, or 4. She has obviously 2L, 2M, and even her lariat is a low as well, that she can definitely combo off of. She has a built-in 6H overhead, which is really good. It's slow, but if you're not looking out for it, you're gonna get clonked on the head for a full combo. Her air game lacks a lot. She doesn't have many air moves, so I think that's mainly what keeps her at A tier for me out of the DLC character list, because, you know, to me, having a good air game means you can control neutral all around the screen. Like, not having a good air game means you're basically limited to just the ground, and that kind of sucks. So Kefla is definitely really good in my humble opinion. So yeah, what do you guys think about Kefla, if she's still dope or not? And then obviously now we have Base Goku. For me, Base Goku, wow, what a success story for this guy. Mainly his popularity rose because of the esports player, the pro player Wawa and his Base Goku were godlike. This guy is disgusting because he has, like, honestly the most unreactable grab in the game. Like, it bar none, it everything or nothing beats his grab. Like, this character is gross. He is probably the best anchor character in the game. He has the stupidest damage when he's the last character left. But it's funny, I just made a comment, I think the other day, against Base Goku, or actually I don't remember when I made the comment, but I made a comment talking about Base Goku and how when you get a hard knockdown on this character, it's basically okay to do anything, because you don't have to look out for a DP, you don't have to look out for a raw level 3. All you have to do is look out for a reflect when it comes to Base Goku if you get a hard knockdown on him, because he doesn't have, you know, his level 1 it's not invincible, right? So you can definitely, you know, mix this character up the best out of basically anybody in the cast, because he doesn't have what it takes to raw level 3 you, essentially. If you just have to take that pressure when it comes to Base Goku, and that's definitely one of the reasons he's in A tier for me. But he is godlike, so don't get it twisted. Obviously, again, this is just the DLC character list. All of these guys are really high out of all of these characters in this tier list, or out of the whole cast. So don't take it as me being like, don't take it as wrong that he's in A tier for the DLC characters. Basically, he is definitely very high on the A, or he's definitely very high on the tier list overall. So honestly, just you don't have to be upset about it. But up next, let's go with see, this it gets harder after this. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can start on the B tier, because when it comes to these characters, man, these guys right here, it's a very sad story for these DLC characters right here. Like, honestly, I think I'm just gonna finish it out, and I'll order these guys later. But let me go ahead and put the DLC characters that I know of right front and center, so that I can know when to add them to the tier list. But basically, yeah, out of these, whoa, what are you doing? I did not mean to put DBS Broly there. Don't freak out. But yeah, I think that's all the DLC characters. Yeah, so these four right here, Jiren, he's definitely not the best out of these guys in my opinion. I would probably put it like this. So obviously we have I would put it like this. Yeah, so obviously Janemba is, I always said Janemba is very slept on. He was just very underexplored, because Janemba came out at the time, the peak of people talking about fuzzies. Fuzzies had just started to come up on the rise, and you know, a tall character they couldn't exist in this game, because if you didn't know what a fuzzy was, like, you're lucky, basically, is what I'm trying to say, because fuzzies ruled this game. If you didn't know how to do fuzzies back in the snap meta, man, we had some schmixy stuff going on back in the day, and this game has gone from some crazy stuff. It's definitely mellowed out. We haven't gotten to see the new meta, honestly, because there is no tournament play right now. But because of how tall Janemba was, he was honestly just underexplored, and now he still might be underexplored. There are definitely some people who play him and he has some decent stuff, but overall he doesn't quite have what it takes to be at the top of the food chain. If you guys have anything good to say about Janemba, just let me know down in the comment section below why you think he should be higher, or do you think he deserves his spot where he is. I think he's pretty good in the overall tier list, like maybe B tier, even in the regular tier list, but you know, Janemba's okay. He's all right. Gogeta was supposed to be the prodigal son, the prodigal child. He was supposed to be the one. He was supposed to be the character that I mained regardless, and it just turned out not that way. This guy has the worst frame data in the game. Like, it honestly sucks, because he has obviously his first 5L, right? It's a double hitting move. Even though it's 6 frame, it's double hitting, so it's hard to stagger with it, because the next move after that is not really good at all. And then of course, you know, he can get guard canceled easily out of it. He's just plagued by bad buttons. He has all the moves in the world. He's very kind of similar to Ui Goku, but for whatever reason, Ui Goku, his buttons just feel amazing, even though they are on the lower end of the frame data scale. Like, Ui Goku has a 7 frame jab, but that jab is so active and it goes so far that people are just comfortable throwing it out and mashing. Whereas Gogeta, you have to be very careful if you mash, because again, it's 2 hitting and it's just not safe, honestly. So Gogeta, it's sad that he had to go out like that. But you know, a lot of people have this guy on the various low of the overall tier list, and it's really sad, because I love Gogeta, like, as a character. He's my favorite fusion, and he just went out sad. So yeah, Videl, no reflect. That's basically it. Honestly, she has no reflect, and she can hardly save herself out of a lot of things. And if you're looking for her mix-ups, then it's easy to, you know, dodge it. Like, she has an air grab, but if you crouch it, you're good to go. So yeah, there's not much to say about Videl. She can be really good in the right hands, and especially with the right assist, but not having a reflect really hurts her a lot, and I think a lot of Videls will, you know, say the same. And I'll be honest, I'm out of all of the DLC characters, yes, she's low, but in the overall tier list, I think she's A tier. I'll be honest, I really do, especially in the right hands. I've played some really good Videl players. Shout out to Gaming Sun if he is still around. He's a really good Videl player, and if you know what you're doing with Videl, you're dope. Jiren, I've been calling Jiren trash since forever. This guy, he's still, honestly, to me, not that good. They buffed his counters, gave him a lot more damage. Cool. Ooh, yeah, I honestly don't care. You still can't get any like true confirms off of any of those grabs without vanishing, and you know, it just kind of sucks. You can't confirm off of any of them. His key blast counter is still the worst in the game. They gave Janemba the best key blast counter, probably. Well, Ui Goku kind of takes the cake, but yeah, like, honestly, Jiren, he's just a sad character, and there's not much to really say about him, if we're being honest. So yeah, but moving on, I'm going to finish out the A tier as well. We have DBS Broly after base Goku, but honestly, I think they're tied, because DBS Broly, just like DBZ Broly, really good. I absolutely cannot handle him whatsoever. Like, anybody with armor and anybody that can grab is a menace to me. They are a menace to me. So yeah, I think I would put Vegito up next, because legs. Even though this character has like zero mix at all. Oh, and I also forgot about 17, because 17 definitely, I don't know. I'd put him over Videl because he has a reflect and he can get mixy, but you know, he deserves better. He was another character that I really wanted to play, but just doesn't fit my playstyle at all. Vegito. Then we have your boy Cooler and Zamasu. Only reason he's last on the A tier list is because he's really hard to learn. You have to have so much practice to get really good with this character. His normals are amazing. He has very good range and very good buttons, so if it didn't take so much to learn him, he would definitely be higher within this list. But yeah, Cooler, still very slept on. He has one of the most broken buttons in the game with his 6H, I think 3H that goes through Key Blast, projectiles, and vulnerable to anything that is considered a beam. Amazing. And again, Vegito, legs, he's pretty good. So yeah, this is my overall tier list. Let's just have a discussion down in the comment section below. Do you think this tier list is correct? I know every time I put out a tier list, I get so many like mean comments, I'll call them. Like, honestly, I don't care what you say, but just because your favorite character isn't higher, like, honestly, I don't know what to say about it. Just because your favorite character isn't as high as you want them to be doesn't mean I'm wrong, essentially. And honestly, it doesn't mean you're wrong either. Just a differing of opinions. So yeah, what do you guys think of my overall tier list? Do you find it correct, or is it completely wrong and dog shit? Because that's what a lot of people say every time I put out a tier list. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember that God and anime are always on your side. Please come join the Bandit Army. That's all I got for you. Peace out.